Hello, dog lovers. Welcome to another live session. Hopefully, you're doing well. Let me know where you're watching the show from. Hope you're doing well and everything is going well. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what is the best way to train your dog, or what is the best dog training program or course or training method or system. All of that in this live video session. If you have questions as well, feel free to ask your questions in the chat area. And I'm guessing John Cipolla is live as well. And we're going to start in a moment talking about dogs and dog training. This is going to be a little bit different video because I'm trying to teach you about how to train your dog. So one of the first things that you have to understand and follow and accept when it comes to dog training and dogs in general is that you have to think of dog training or living with a dog as a lifelong process. It's not something that a training can be done within a week or two or even a month or a few months. It's a lifelong process that you have to take. So when it comes to training your dog, if you have, for example, an issue with your dog, there is something going on with your dog, your dog is showing you certain behavior or is doing a behavior that it bothers you or it makes you uncomfortable, it it is not just that moment that causes that happen. It's something that a dog does to tell you that the behavior that is showing to you, it's a signal, it's a communication system that the dog is having with you. um, and We need to understand that this is something that the dog is telling you, is giving you something as a signal that yes, I am uncomfortable, something is going wrong, something is happening, I'm not happy, my life is not perfect, my life is not complete. So therefore what you want to do is listen and react. So what that means is your dog, when is giving you certain behavior, let's say your dog is barking at the neighbor, let's say your dog is digging a hole, let's say your dog is aggressive, is trying to attack other dogs or people, all of these are signals to you that your dog is telling you that there is something going on and I need help. So it's not something that we just address it at the moment and get over it. And it's not something that you can fix it within a snap of a finger. So these are signals to you that you are not doing your part. So this is very important, first of all, to understand and take action before anything else. So understanding the fact that your dog's bad behavior or misbehavior is a communication system to you, to that it tells you that there's something wrong with their lives or something wrong with your life, even with your life, that you need to take action. So the action that you're going to have to take is different, which I'm going to explain in a moment. So I see Mansi is saying hi, and John Cipolla as well. They're saying hi, and Mansi has a question, which I'm going to answer it in a moment. Let me finish my thought, Mansi, before I forget it, and then I'll answer your question. So stay tuned. So yes, if you have any questions, just type it in. have it in the lineup, so I will answer it as soon as I'm done with my talk of the day. I just want you to get this part understand before we go ahead with the Q&A. So first of all, understanding that your dog is the misbehavior is a communication system to you. So it's not to piss you off. The dog is not doing those behaviors or going through those emotions just to piss you off. Their plan is not to, piss humanity, is not to make people angry. They're not trying to ruin your life. All they're doing is communicating, right? Animals, the they communicate by behavior, by body language. So most dogs and dog owners, this is a dog and this is a dog owner. Most dogs and dog owners are very disconnected. Okay, they're very disconnected. We need to connect you to together. Yes, you may be providing a lot of affection and food and shelter for your dog, but that doesn't make you connect. In reality, those are not the things that make you connect. You're still disconnected, because if your dog is doing certain behavior and you don't respond to that behavior, your dog is feeling that is disconnected from you. So for example, people ask me, why is my dog doing this or that? Could be very simple question, could be very simple problem, but the fact that this simple problem or this simple issue is bothering the human is a very clear signal that the dog and the dog owner are disconnected. They're not connected. Because if you don't understand your dog, then you can't respond to your dog. And your dog, if it feels that it cannot communicate to you, it gets disconnected from you, and it starts doing even worse behaviors, so that you will pay more attention. So for example, your dog may be just digging the yard, and if you don't get the message, maybe start chewing the house, part of the house, so you will get message. If you don't respond to that, and if you don't get the message, maybe start barking at the neighbors. And then if you don't listen to that message, or you don't pay attention to that message that the dog is sending you, maybe start attacking people, attacking dog, to the point that you're now that the dog is attacking other dogs and people, now you're paying attention. Now you're saying, oh, I got to do something about this. But you missed all those signals that your dog was giving you for the past few months, and you just noticed the fact that your dog is reacting or being aggressive to other dogs or aggressive to other humans. Now you're paying attention. Now you're saying, okay, I gotta do something about this. So don't wait until it's too late to take action. Understand that dogs, and having a dog and living with a dog and training a dog and caring for a dog is a lifelong process. It's not something that it happens and gets done within few weeks or few sessions with a dog trainer and few sessions of dog training. So you need to be active, proactive, and active for life of your dog. You have to be involved with your dog. If you're saying, I don't have time to be 24/7 involved with my dog, then you have to look at it. What was the reason or the purpose in the first place that you got a dog? Go back, pay attention to that, realize why is it that you got the dog in the first place. And that can wake you up, can give you some signals to start taking action now. So Once you understand this concept, I think then you can take different action when it comes to your dog training and dog choosing what dog training course or method or system to choose. Now, if you work with a dog trainer, if let's say you have a dog problems, and you have dog issues and you want to address them, if you hire a dog trainer, private dog trainer, it will cost you arm and a leg to deal with that issue. Because again, as I said, it's not a matter of few sessions or few weeks to address it. You have to continuously work with your dog, continuously, not 24/7, but continuously, weekly, at least few hours a week. You have to attend to your dog. That's the reality, that you have to attend and pay attention to your dog. You pay attention to yourself, you pay attention to your family members, your parents, your kids, your husband, your wife. You pay attention to those. You have to pay attention to your dogs as well. So you have to invest time and effort and energy into them as well. You can't put them aside, right? So to train a dog is not few sessions of dog training with a private dog trainer, hoping that that dog trainer is going to solve your problem. He or she, that dog trainer, may be able to solve that problem that you're having at the moment, yes, but the core issue of your dog's behaviors is not gone. It's still there, and it has to be addressed for a long time, forever, of having your dog, right? So few sessions of dog training with a private trainer is not going to solve your problem. It will cost you an arm and a leg as well. You won't get the results that you exactly want. You will get a temporary result, but not a long-term solution. The next solution for you may be that you research and find a group training class that has 6 or 8 sessions for 6 or 8 weeks, and you attend that and you say, you know what, this will help me, this will solve my problem. The problem with this solution is that many dogs, puppies, even adult dogs, if they have behavioral issues, that's a signal that they're already anxious and stressed. To put them in a classroom with other dogs and other strange peoples, it's actually will do more harm than help. So I don't recommend putting a dog who has behavioral issues in a classroom, because it will not only make the situation worse, it will make your dog's behavior be worse, because it's going to get even more and more stressed. So you don't want to put that dog in that situation. Also, on top of that, when you put a dog owner who is not capable of understanding dogs and addressing dog behavior and dealing with dogs in the same room as the dog is, you guys are going to be feeding off each other. You're going to stress your dog is going to stress you, or basically, your dog is going to embarrass you. You're going to be embarrassed in front of people. You're going to not be able to pay attention to the lessons and content that is being taught. And your dog is going to behave even more, and is going to be, in a way, waste of time and energy. Plus, you're going to be making your dog's behavior even worse. So that is very important for you to understand. Let me see here. I think, is my sound better now? Let me know if the sound is better. I think I didn't have the right microphone connected, so it might be better now. Okay, so we are in a group class and you're trying to teach your dog and train your dog. You're not going to get great results. Okay, so what is going to happen that few weeks that you're going to be attending that class, your dog is going to be getting worse and worse. You're gonna not going to get the results that you want, and probably you spend not that much money on that group class either. They're not very expensive, they're very inexpensive. So you're going to again waste time and energy. So that is very important to understand. Now, the other option that you may have, this is a very popular option as well, which is board and train. What that means is you send your dog to a trainer's home and the trainer trains your dog or gets rid of that behavior that is annoying you. And then you pay this person a lot of money to not only train your dog, but to board your dog too, to take care of it for a few weeks or a few months or something. You're going to pay arm and a leg again. The problem with this method of training or this choice that you're going to make with your dog training issues is that the dog is going to put in an environment that is different and it's strange. Is going to stress the dog out more. It's going to be working and living with strange human dogs, and that is additional stressor to your dog. You never know what kind of treatment your dog is going to get in that environment, even though the trainer may be telling you the best environment. It may describe the best environment that is providing for your dog, but you never know what happens behind the scenes. I don't trust anybody. The other problem is that your dog is going to be working with a stranger, is going to be responding to a stranger, but then when it comes back home to you, even though that stranger, that trainer is going to give you some information and training techniques and ideas, you are not going to have the same results that you want or you see that the trainer has developed. You're not going to get it because that dog is trained with that trainer and it's more responsive to the trainer rather than to you. So you're not going to get great results either. Even if you get some results, it's not going to last long because you have to be following the same concept as that dog trainer has developed. You have to be following the same routine that that dog trainer has developed with that dog. You're not going to do it. So things are not going to work out properly. Again, you wasted time and money and energy. And the most important part and problem of this solution is that you need to be building a relationship and routine and environment with your dog in order to get results. Your dog trainer cannot provide that. You don't want your dog to develop relationship with a stranger. You want your dog to develop relationship with you. So these are the three options, the three most popular options that dog owners may be able to pick or select in order to address their dog related issues. Is this making sense? So number one is you work with a dog trainer privately. Number two is group classes. And number three, board and train, which these are the three most popular options of nowadays where people have dog related issues. They will do their research and pick one of them or few of them. I have had people and clients who have tried all of them, yet they haven't seen great results. The reason for that is because, as I said in the beginning, dog training is not something that you deal with as a few session concept. It's a long term, lifelong process that you have to be involved with your dog. You have to grow with your dog. Your dog has to grow with you as you work with the dog, as you train the dog, as you teach the dog, as you progress, and your dog progresses, you go to the next level, on and on and on, to the point that you could solve your dog's related issues easily. So some of the questions that we're going to deal with them today, for example, the questions that you're going to ask me, these are questions that you should be able to answer them yourself if you have the perfect plan. You should be able to solve these problems if you have the perfect plan. So now you're saying, what is the perfect plan? The perfect plan is to work with a dog trainer in a long-term, lifelong. If you have the money to invest in a dog trainer that is going to work with you one-on-one, lifelong of your dog, that's the investment that you should be making. So first of all, I want you to figure out what dog training method is the ideal dog training method that suits you, that it matches you, it gives you that excitement of training your dog. Which method is that? You have to figure that out yourself. Now, there are a few methods of dog training. I'm just going to name a few of them. There's treat training, there is clicker training, there is shock collar training, there is dominance training, there is basically that's the few of the most popular dog trainings, right? Clicker treat training, you use treats to train your dog as a reward. Clicker training, you use clickers and treats to train your dog. Shock collar, you use shock collar training as a tool to train your dog. And the other one is dominance. You dominate your dog in order to train your dog. You become a person who's dominating the dog. These are the options that are available to train dogs. You have to pick one of these and start training your dog using that method. There's a fifth option. Fifth option is, I would say, most unique dog training option. It doesn't exist much. It doesn't happen much in the industry, but it's there. But you have to do your research. It's a training using play and praise as a reward system. That's the system that I use to train my beagles, my dogs, my clients, my fans and viewers. I help everybody to learn this concept, to train their dogs without the use of treats, food, aversive tools, aversive methods, domination, force, or being alpha. Instead, we use play and praise to reward the dog. So there are 5 options, 5 methods of dog training. You have to pick one of these and stick to it and train your dog using that method. Now, whichever method you choose, you have to find a trainer who's going to work with you using that method for the rest of your dog's life. So you have to invest in the trainer that is going to help you throughout the dog's life. It's not only one or two sessions or few classes. It's a lifelong training session that you have, training that your dog trainer commits to you and you commit to that dog trainer. If you could find something like that, that would be great. If you can't find, and if you want to work with me using play and praise reward system, you could join my one of my programs. I have a program that I'm starting very soon, and you can find all about it on sarodogtraining.com. If you go there to sarodogtraining.com, there's a program that is available at the moment that you can learn about it and join if you want. But if you're not sure, I have created an opportunity for you to speak to me, to talk to me directly. I can interview you, you can interview me to find out if you are match, if you are perfect trainer and a dog owner to match and work together for the rest of our lives, for the rest of our dog's life, and work together. Okay? And if you want to know if this is the right choice that you're making, if you want to make sure that this is the right program for you, I have created a free Zoom call that we can talk to each other and learn if this is a good program, a match, and it's free. I don't want to work with every dog owner. I want to work with those dog owners who are willing to commit to my program, to my system, and work with me for the rest of their dog's life. And if I find that client, I will register them to my program. And if I see that you are not the right match for me, and if you find that I'm not the right match for you, we end there. So the program is available now for registration. The program itself, it starts in January. So if you want to learn more about it, you have to go to my website, sarodogtraining.com. I'm going to put the link in the chat area that you can go and learn all about it. And in a moment, I'm going to start answering your questions. Am I making sense so far? Are you getting some benefit from this information that I've shared? If you do, please feel free to click the like button in this video. Click it and say like. You like the content that you're getting. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button as well and hit the bell icon to be notified all the time. So anytime I release a new video or anytime I go live, it will notify you so you won't miss any content in future. So the program is there, is available if you want to work with me in long term, but let me give you some benefits of joining my program. You get me every week to help you to solve any dog problem that you have. I teach you all the basics that you need, all the levels that it's required for a dog or a dog owner to know. I will teach you, not within a week or two. We will work together every week or every month. We're working to accomplish that. It doesn't happen overnight, but we work together one-on-one and I get you to that level that you need to be. We have weekly coaching calls that you ask your questions and you troubleshoot. You get a portal that all the videos and content is there. You can refer to them anytime. This applies to puppies, to adult dogs, any dogs. Okay. And it will help you to become an educated dog lover. That's very important. In my opinion, everybody loves dogs. But if you want to become a dog owner who has a good dog, you have to be educated. So I'm going to put the link to the program in the chat area as well. There we go. So you can learn about the program as well. All right. So it's something that I'm very committed to it. I want to help you to become a dog owner who enjoys your dog, doesn't get frustrated to having a dog. If you want to have a dog who can be controlled indoors and outdoors without having any problem, without pulling on the leash, without being reactive, without being this and that, this is the program that can help you. So I'll have all the links in the chat area, and it's in the description area as well. So let's get started with today's Q&A. Let's start with Mansi. My old dog wakes up at night and starts barking for no reason till we keep giving him food. There's a follow-up there. I have 2 dogs, and the younger one is extremely aggressive. He attacks my old dog very violently and has even attacked my face and my sisters. I adopted him when he was 1 month old. So your young one is bothering the old one, and your old one is waking you up for no reason till you give him food. So you have 2 dogs, 2 problems. Welcome to my world. All right. Okay, let's give you some solutions. All right. So if you have an older dog and is asking for food, that's common. When dogs get old, they focus on one thing, and usually that one thing is food. They are always looking for food. There could be a few reasons that's happening. One is what I call is a learned behavior. Learned behavior is a behavior that the dog practices few times, and it learns that behavior and then does that behavior automatically. So probably your senior dog, your old dog, has learned this behavior and is just doing it and doesn't know what else to do. So you have to replace that behavior with different behavior. So what I mean is, if your dog is asking for food at, let's say 6 o'clock in the morning, is asking for food, what I want you to do for the next few days, when your dog barks and wakes you up, take him for a walk. Replace that behavior that it has with different behavior. Take it for a walk. Or take it to the yard and start playing with it. Do something else. Do something different. Let it practice a different behavior. So you're replacing this unwanted behavior with unwanted behavior. And also you're replacing the behavior that your dog has been able to focus on with different behavior. So you're helping your older dog to replace a behavior that it has learned with a new behavior, and hopefully it will get the point that, okay, if I bark, at 6 o'clock in the morning, they're going to take me for a walk. So I don't want that. So I'm going to stop doing that. So this is called negative reinforcement in dog training. You're replacing a behavior with a different behavior, but you're not punishing the dog, but you're reinforcing it in a different way. Does it make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, let's address your other issue, that your younger one is aggressive towards your adult older dog, and it's doing it and it's being violent and being aggressive and attacking you and your sister, and your dog is also an adopted dog. I mean, you adopted him when he was a month old. So usually when we adopt a dog, what happens is we forget that we have to provide our dog daily 5 essential needs. Let me see if I can do this properly. Okay, there we go. When we adopt a dog, we are mainly focused on, oh, the dog has been left in a shelter or adoption center, or all affection. We start focusing on sharing affection with this rescue dog, and we forget that affection is not the solution to a dog, especially to a rescue dog. When you share affection with a rescue dog or a dog, you're disrespecting this dog in general. You're saying, you know what, I don't care about everything else. I'm just going to share affection with you because it makes me feel good. And I'm hoping that it will make you feel good as well. So your dog, because it's only getting affection, it feels that you're not providing its daily 5 essential needs. So it says, you know what, these people, they don't understand. So remember, in the beginning of my talk, I was saying that when dogs misbehave, so-called misbehave, they're communicating to us. They're telling us how they feel, right? So your rescue dog is telling you that, hey, mom, I need you to focus on providing my daily 5 essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. And it has to be provided in that order. But if you're just providing me affection, then you're not getting the message. I have to somehow give you the message. So I'm going to do behavior. I'm going to behave certain way. Hopefully my human is going to understand and get the point and get the message. Okay? So your adopted dog is giving you the message that you're not providing your dog's daily 5 essential needs. So you have to focus on providing those 5 essential needs on a daily basis. How do you provide these? It's something that you have to learn. It's not something that we can address it within a few minutes. If you want to learn more, if you have problem with your dogs, if you are having trouble with your dogs, and if it's frustrating you, you're one of those perfect candidates to come and talk to me using the free Zoom call that I have created. Before attending my program, I want to see if you're ideal for this program. I have to learn more about you. I have to see if you are going to benefit from my program. So why don't you try to register for the free Zoom call? Just follow the link in the chat area, and let's see if I can help you. You could be one of those perfect candidates that I need to help. If you are willing to work with me. But basically, that's what is happening with your dogs. Whether you have a adopted young dog, whether you have a senior dog, you are not providing your dog's daily five essential needs. And in my program, we go in depth in learning what these essential needs are and how do we provide them, what do we need to do, and you learn all those details, plus much, much, much more. So, Mansi, I hope that helped, that give you some idea. If you are willing to invest time, energy, and money and effort in your dogs and solve your problems, contact me using the Zoom free Zoom call, and we'll go from there. Let's go to next question. Mel, I just adopted a wonderful dog from shelter 4 months ago. She was formerly abused by a woman. I'm having a really difficult time gaining her trust. You know, I admire that you actually went ahead and rescued a dog. One of the things about rescue dogs, as I said, is when we rescue dogs or adopt a dog, we focus on affection. We feel sorry for the dog, right? We feel bad for the dog. And especially if you know what has happened in the past to the dog. In your case, you're saying, this dog was abused by a woman previously, right? And then you feel really worse or bad for this dog, because you're saying, oh, this dog was abused by a woman, and you feel even worse, bad for this dog, and you share even more affection with this dog. One of the things that you have to understand and realize is when a dog is emotionally or even mentally or physically has been abused, they're not looking for affection. Affection is not what they are seeking. What they're seeking is trust, as you're saying. Can I trust this human? Can I trust this environment? Can I trust this new life that this person has brought to me? And that only happens when you focus on providing these dogs daily five essential in this order: exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection. But unfortunately, many people, when they adopt a dog, they focus on affection and care. They think this is the two things that the dog needs. Let me provide a lot of this, so therefore the dog is going to snap out of it. But that works mainly in human world. In animal world, in dog world, doesn't work that way. It makes us feel good to do that, but it doesn't make the dogs feel good. I'm not saying they don't need affection and care. Hey, they need it. They need it as well, but it's not priority. The priority of a rescue dog when it's stressed, anxious, and confused is not share more affection, because when you share affection with a dog who's stressed, confused, and anxious, you're rewarding those feelings, you're rewarding those emotions, you're rewarding those mental state. You're saying, if you are stressed, I'm going to reward affection with you, so I'm going to reward this state of mind. So your dog says, oh, I'm stressed, so I better stay stressed because my new human is rewarding me to stay stressed. Probably this is what this human thinks that is going to help me, and I'm going to stay in this state of mind. And unfortunately, dogs cannot rationalize the way the human does. So what happens is the dog gets worse and worse and loses trust in human because it doesn't work. because it doesn't bring safety, it doesn't bring trust, it doesn't bring security in its life. So says this human just shares affection with me day and night, 24/7, 365 days a year, and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm still scared. I'm still anxious. So this human is, sorry to say, useless. Is not providing me what I need, right? So therefore, you don't gain trust of the dog. The dog says, I cannot count on you. I cannot feel safe around you. So what you want to do, you want to instead share affection, but don't focus mainly on that. Focus on providing proper amount of exercise for this rescue dog. I don't know you. I don't know your dog. I don't know exactly how it is. That's why you want to work with a dog trainer one-on-one to figure these things out. For example, in my new program, I get to know you. I get to know your dog, and I have a better understanding where you are, where your dog is, and then give you a better information. So I don't know where you are, for instance, so I can't tell you how much exercise you should be providing your dog. If I get to know your dog, I may say you have to exercise this dog 3 hours a day. But maybe also, if I get to know your dog, I would say don't exercise this dog at all. You never know. You have to provide proper amount of exercise for that dog. Training. Do we need to train this dog this or that? I have to get to know you and your dog and your lifestyle and figure out what training this dog needs. What do we do with this dog? What do we teach this dog? What are trainings content that we have to create in order to help this dog? Do we need to teach it sit, or do we need to do agility with this dog? Do we need to do fly ball with this dog? Do we need to do search and rescue with this dog? I have to get to know the dog in order to advise what do we need to do with this dog. Socialization. Does this dog lack socialization skills, social skills, or has a lot of good social skills that we can take advantage of it, right? Do we need, next thing is care. Do we need to stay in the same diet that we're feeding this dog, or do we need to change the diet? Would it benefit from this supplement? Would it benefit from this vitamins? Would it need this and that? I will get to know your dog, and then I will give you the information that you need and your dog needs in order to provide the proper care for your dog as well. And then affection. I'll see you how you're interacting with your dog and how you're sharing affection with your dog, for instance. I'll say, okay, kick it up a notch. Or I will say, kick it down a little bit, bring it down. Or share affection like this, or share affection with that, or with this or that. That's what happens when you work with a dog trainer one-on-one and commit to that program. You get personalized information that works for the dog and the human. Am I getting through the concept of proper course or proper program or training program for your dog? Does it make sense? If you, for instance, Mel, you take your dog to a private trainer and say, you know what, I need to gain trust of this dog, and the trainer is going to say, okay, feed it more treats so you'll gain more trust. That's the common solution most dog trainers will give you. They will say, feed this dog more treats so the dog is going to build trust with you. But unfortunately, that's not the solution. That's the most common solution that you're going to get if you attend any private training, any training session. They will just force you to feed the dog more and more treats. but treats are not the solution. Remember, an anxious dog and a stressed dog would refuse food. So, therefore, food is not the solution. You can't force a dog to build a relationship with you with forcing them to eat food or treats. That's a false way of creating a relationship with the dog. The proper way of building a relationship with the dog is not just train the dog, not just to care for the dog, not just give affection to the dog, is to give proper daily essential needs of dogs in that order of exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection, and having a good, healthy plan that avoids feeding the dog all the time, avoids forcing the dog to be dominated or be forced to comply, or forcing the dog to do this or that. You have to address the dog in a way that works for that dog. Hope that makes sense. Male as well as female, if you are willing to invest in your newly adopted dog, I'm not sure if you're just, yeah, you just adopted. If you're willing to invest in your newly adopted dog and it matters to you and you care for this dog and you want to provide the best for your dog and create a life that is ideal and becomes a perfect dog for you, you may be also wanting to work with me, and I may be able to help you. So to find out, you could join my free Zoom call as well. The info is in the chat area and in the description. We can have a little talk to figure out more and learn more about you and your dog and see if you're going to benefit from my program, hopefully. Let's go to the next question. Where do we go? John Cipolla is saying, John Cipolla is one of my puppy training students and has a beagle called Rue. And John is saying that Rue is learning and growing. She's 9 months old now. I try not to yell at her bad for my high blood pressure, and it's only stresses her out. Rue has learned to open doors. I put boxes up in front of the door so she does not try to open the latch to go out. You know, that's funny that you're saying. Beagles are very smart. Beagles are super smart. They will find a way to get out of things. There's a conversation there going. We have Farah. Farah is finally she is able to join the live session, which is great. I'm so excited and happy finally to have Farah here, and we're going to talk dogs. And I know Farah's dog is Bono. Farah is asking, hi sir, Bono has started barking at anyone he sees in my building. He's out of control. What can I do? So this is a problem that, as I said in the beginning, and I explained in the beginning, when a dog does certain behavior, it's a signal, it's a communication to the human. So if Bono is doing that, is telling you that I need certain things. My certain things are not being provided, so therefore I'm gonna behave this way. So usually when it comes to barking, it's a sign that the dog is either too stimulated or not stimulated enough. Stimulated, what I mean by that is, let me bring the that there again. So Bono probably is either too much exercised, or not enough exercised, right? Maybe you don't provide daily training for Bono. Training, let me explain a quick explanation what training is. Training is building communication system between you and your dog so you can communicate to your dog and say, you know what, stop barking. So your dog says, you know what, I know that communication, I will respond to that. So training is a communication system, but once the dog learns the communication system, it becomes a mental stimulation. It's very important to understand that exercise is a physical stimulation and training is mental stimulation. Dogs need stimulation every day. But you're going to ask me, how much exercise do I need to provide, or how much training do I need to provide for my dog? Well, exercise, which is physical stimulation, should be 30% of daily stimulation. And training, which is mental stimulation, should be 70% of daily stimulation. So think of it this way. Are you providing 30% physical stimulation for Bono, or are you providing 70% mental stimulation for Bono? Here's another fact that you should know. When you train a dog for 15 minutes, when you train a dog properly for 15 minutes a day, it's equal to 1 hour of jogging or walking a dog. Let me repeat one more time. When you train your dog, stimulate your dog mentally for 15 minutes a day, it's equal to exercising that dog for an hour, walking it or jogging it or doing physical activity with that dog. So training can stimulate a dog not only in a way that calms them down, but it stimulates them in a way that you gain control over your dog. So when a dog is, for example, barking, is saying, you know what, I'm not stimulated enough today. So therefore, I'm going to create activities that stimulates me. So dogs usually, the choices that they have is barking, digging, running, whining, peeing, uh, chewing things. These are activities that they can do. So Bono in this case has selected barking. That's the choice that he's made in order to stimulate himself. So when a dog barks, when a dog does certain behavior, it's a signal to you, it's a communication from your dog to you that, Mom, Dad, I need stimulation. I haven't got enough stimulation today, whether it's a physical, whether it's mental. Socialization also is a social stimulation. They need social stimulation. Socialization is very important to dogs, especially dogs like Bono, who are very social with dogs and humans. They need to get stimulated socially too. It's like, there are people who are very, very social with everybody. Have you seen those cashiers, for example, in your shopping place that you go? As soon as they see you, they start chatting with you. They talk about everything. They ask you questions. They go back and forth with you. Oh, they're in heaven. They enjoy that moments that they're spending with you. And when you're done with your shopping and you leave, and the next customer comes, they start over, and they enjoy these sessions. Those are social people. They enjoy that interaction feels them. That interaction makes them feel good. Now imagine that person staying home all day long. They won't have the opportunity to interact with those people, right? What will happen to them? They will have mental breakdown, they will have health issues, they will have all kinds of issues, right? So dogs are the same. They need that social interaction daily. Then I'm sure Bono is being good care, taken care of, and a lot of affection is being shared with Bono as well. So my suggestion far out to you would be to focus on the first three, because you are already master of number 4 and 5. Every dog owner is, I would say 99%, they're master of number 4 and 5, but they're not masters of 1, 2, and 3, which are exercise, training, and socialization. Try focusing on those on daily basis. Whether you work, whether you don't work, whether you work from home, whether you don't work from home, you gotta be able to provide all these on daily basis to your dog. It is possible if you have the right formula, if you have the right program, if you have the right system. It is possible to provide all these for a dog. Doesn't mean that you have to be spending and investing energy and effort 24/7 to your dog, but what it means is you have to somehow be able to push that energy that you need to in your daily life somehow. It is possible. One of the things that I think many people forget, this is a good opportunity for me to remind every dog owner, is there is a purpose you have a dog. There is a reason why you have a dog. And one of them is to remind you that life is more than just work and TV and chocolate. You know what I mean? Life is more than that. And dogs reminds us. They remind us of that we need to focus our energy to do some good stuff and healthy stuff. And dogs can create that healthy lifestyle for us if we only pay attention to them and if we invest time and energy to our dogs. They will make us feel and be healthy, feel healthy, if we just take the time to pay them attention. Not just share affection with them, but focusing on providing them what they need. Hope that makes sense, Farah. So, overall, in general, the answer is not do this and Bono is going to stop barking. I hope you have a better picture of what you're supposed to do. Lamp is saying, mine doggy to you're truly amazing, dude. Okay, I guess you're praising me, which is good, but mine doggy too. I'm not sure what you're referring, but thank you for the compliment. Oh, okay, I think it's here. My dog is biting her collar. I've tried to stop her by giving her a chew toy instead. Is this good? So let me refer back to a previous question and answer. So if your dog is biting her collar, that's the choice that your dog has made to entertain itself and to provide a way of stimulation. Am I making sense? So your dog is saying, okay, my human is not focused on providing my daily five essential needs. I have to somehow let him know, let him or her know, I'm going to chew my collar. Hopefully, we'll get the message. Or leash. All right. Oh, yeah. Collar, it's her leash. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to chew my leash or collar, whatever. Hopefully, my human is going to get the point that human, please provide me my daily five essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. They can't be any clearer than that. You know what I mean? They cannot be clearer than that. By behaving certain way, whether your puppy or your dog is chewing the leash or your dog is trying to kill another dog or a human being, those both are communication. Both telling you, human, I need your help. Human, how can I tell you, be clearer than this? They will chew on the leash. You don't do anything about it. You don't get the message. Okay, I'm gonna start peeing all over the house. Hopefully, they will get the message. You don't get the message. All right, what can I do next? I'm gonna chew on the furniture. Hopefully, they will get the message. This must be actually working. I'm gonna chew on the furniture. You start getting angry because your dog is chewing on the furniture. You buy this and that. Doesn't stop the dog, and dog says, okay, they didn't get the message. How about I go and attack other dogs? Hopefully they will get the message by that. I don't know what else to do. They don't get the message. I have to kick it up a notch all the time. So that's probably level 1 or 2 when a dog is chewing on the leash. They're giving you signal number 1. Let's see. Next is John is saying, I got Rue a few maze balls for when I feed her and some puzzle toys. Yes. So the maze balls that you're referring, they're called, what are they called? Food, the balls, the food balls that, slow feed. They're called slow feed balls. They slow down the dog from eating too fast, which prevents that from bloating. Puzzle toys are a great choice as well. Lamp is asking, when can I feed my dog a treat? I mainly focus on praise and training method. Good question. I give treats to dogs for no reason. I don't I don't use treats to reward a dog for a behavior. A behavior shouldn't be rewarded by food. A behavior should be rewarded by behavior. That's something that we go in depth in my program, in my training program. That's something that you have to learn and understand what exactly it is. But basically, a behavior should be rewarded by behavior. A behavior shouldn't be rewarded by food. When you depend on food to mark a behavior, then what happens is the behavior uh, is going to only happen when the food is available. And if the right food is not available, then you have to change or increase the food. That's one of the problems with treat training, that it's a it's a never ending story. Hmm? Yeah, it's a never ending cycle. What that means is you have to give a treat, and then if the behavior doesn't happen because the dog says, I got used to this treat, I don't need it anymore. I don't like that treat anymore. So you have to bring now sausages. And the dog says, oh, sausage. Oh, okay. I'm going to do that behavior for that sausage. Then after a while, the dog gets, sick and tired of sausage. I don't care about that sausage anymore. I don't care about the behavior. Now you have to kick it up a notch and bring beef. Dog says, okay, now he's bringing beef. Okay, I'll do it. Right? So it's a never-ending cycle. That's why you don't want to bring treats or food into training a behavior. A behavior should be rewarded by a behavior. What I mean by that is, if a behavior, for example, if you want the behavior of sit, right? You want the behavior of sit. I will reward the behavior of sit by reward the behavior of me saying, good boy, good girl. That's a behavior. I'm sharing a behavior with the dog, right? Good boy. Look how happy I am. Good girl. How excited I am because you sat. I'm matching a behavior with a behavior, right? And that is much more healthier. It's much more effective. It's much more logical for the dog, because dogs, they are master of reading body language, master of reading emotions, master of reading your mind. Yes, they read minds. Have you ever practiced this exercise that you, at 5 o'clock, you open a bag of treats and the dog shows up right there? And next day, if you do the same thing, it'll show up. They can know exactly what time is 5 o'clock, when is 5 o'clock, and what you're going to do. They're going to read your mind and they're going to show up there at 5 o'clock, whether you have a treat or not. So they read minds. They know exactly how you feel. They know exactly how you are feeling inside. If inside you're sad because, for instance, you got fired, but externally you're saying, I'm happy, I'm seeing you, they will read your inner feelings and they will say you're sad. There's something wrong with you. And they will respond to that and they will react to that. So I wouldn't use food or treats to reward the behavior. I give treats to my dog just because. Not because they did a behavior, but because they're just being there for me. Just because the reason I share treats with them is because, unfortunately, I am in their lives control. In 100%, I have control over their dog. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it that way. Fortunately or unfortunately, I am in 100% control of my dog's life. You are too. So they don't have the choice of saying, you know what, today let's go to shop this and buy this stuff and let's buy this and that. They don't have that option. So I have to I have to provide for them. So I provide treats so they have choices. So they have fun. So they have a reason to live. You know what I mean? Hope that makes sense. John is saying, my next objective is to keep practicing sit and stay. I started working on down. So, John, first of all, practice one command at a time. Accomplish one command before you go to the next command. And accomplish that command and then go to the next. Down is the last command that we teach a dog. Why is it that we teach down the last? Because it's the most vulnerable position for a dog to be. And in order for the dog to really be in a state of mind, physically and emotionally, that will do the command of down, Your dog has to know exactly what sit, stay, calm, heel, stand is before it performs the down command. So focus on one command at a time. If that command is accomplished, go to the next command. And then if you want to combine commands together, then make sure that both commands or two or three of those commands are accomplished. Accomplished is a very important fact to understand here. What I mean by accomplished is you can tell your dog to sit whether you're looking at your dog or not, whether your dog is behind you, in front of you, over there 50 feet away from you, and you say Rover sit, and Rover sits. That means it's accomplished. Once you have that accomplishment, then you teach the next command. Does it make sense? Hope that makes sense. Lamp is saying, I use more physical cues and vocal cues for my dog to sit and lay. So far, she's doing pretty well. Yes, that's pretty good. When we say physical cues and vocal cues, so in doggy training terms, we call them verbal cues and hand signals. Most of the time, when you're training your dog, you're using hand signals. So this means sit, stay, come, right? Hand signals. Those are physical cues. Um, and the rewards for physical cues is just your uh, physical responses, physical reactions. Okay, let me go through the questions. So there's not much time left. Rue is already housebroken. When I show her the leash and say, you want to go for a walk, she runs to the door. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't understand the concept, but I wouldn't excite the dog before going out. One of the things that everybody has to learn is that you don't want to excite the dog before going for a walk. You want to actually calm the dog down before stepping out the door or going out for a walk. Why is that? Because if you excite the dog before going out for a walk, before you go out for a walk, is you're creating a excited state of mind, excited dog, where is going to have excited mind during the walk, which you're going to have a harder time to control. So you want to calm the dog before stepping out, so you have some control over your dog. Okay, so next question from Farah, and this would be the last question of the day, and then we'll end the show there. Saro, great information as always. You're right. I don't do enough with him at home after daycare. I'll start doing more with him. I better stop the TV and chocolate. Yes. uh, you know, um, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me give you a uh, good way of looking at it. People tell me, I spoil my dog. And to be honest with you, I, as a dog owner and as a human being, as a dog trainer, as a normal average Joe, I spoil my dogs too. You have no idea how I spoil my dog. They are very spoiled, right? But you can go ahead and spoil your dog as much as you want, as long as you provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. Fair. Be fair. There are dog owners that they only spoil their dogs, yet they never provide any proper amount of exercise for their dogs. Their dogs is always kept at home. They never walk on grass. They are never, walked. I have clients who have small dogs who pick their dogs up all the time. Like, the dog has four legs, four capable legs and paws, and the dog is never allowed to walk on the floor. They dress these dogs up. They buy the most expensive, fancy, mancy collars and shirts and jackets and this and that for dogs, thinking that if I provide all these, my dog is gonna love me more and more. Therefore, my dog is gonna listen to me. Therefore, my dog is gonna be loving me more and being more well behaved. But that doesn't happen. All these dogs who are very spoiled, they have very bad social skills, very bad behavioral issues, because the owners are just spoiling these dogs. And as I said, it's not a matter of not spoiling a dog. One of the reasons, one of the purposes we get dogs is to spoil them, because we have extra love that we want to share with our dogs, with other creatures, and dogs are a great absorber of this. So we want to share affection. We want to give to our dogs. We have. It's very healthy to do that, to give to our dogs, to provide for our dogs, to spoil them, to share affection. It's very healthy. You have a stressful life, a stressful day. You come home and your dog is there and gives you all that happiness and joy. It's very healthy. And they when you have that, you feel 100% fulfilled, happy, and energized, and you forget all your troubles when you come and see your dog, right? But we forget that life is not only that. Life is not only to give and give. We have to also to get. We have to give too. We can't just get that emotions and that satisfactions from our dogs. We have to give too, right? If you're giving to so much to your dog that makes you feel good, and you're spoiling your dog, try to give to your dog as well what it really needs, which many dog owners, they don't realize this. They think if I share affection or I train my dog to sit with a treat, that's all the dog needs. No, life for dogs is more than that. Is The formula is that you have to provide your dog's daily five essential needs, which are exercise, training, socialization, care, and then affection, and in that order. Once you do that, you will have a good dog, a healthy dog, well behaved dog, and your dog is going to be even more beneficial to you, and you're going to be more beneficial to your dog. I hope that makes sense. John says, yes, it does make sense, which is good. Um, Mel is saying, thank you. I've rehabilitated many formerly abused dogs, horses, and cats. My new dog is presenting quite a challenge with trust. Focus on those five things and you'll see great results. If you can apply these five daily formula on dogs, cats, horses, husbands, wives, everything. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining this live session. I had fun talking about dogs, and I had fun doing this. I'm going to do this as often as possible. Again, if you liked it, make sure to click the like button there, right? And also, if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you will get notified as soon as I go live and as soon as I post a new video. Just a reminder and just a heads up, a new video is coming up next week. So make sure to subscribe so you will see this new video. I'm very excited to share this new video with you. No spoilers yet, but it's very educational. You will really benefit from this video. So if you have any other questions, feel free to leave those questions in the comments area. I read them all. I respond to them all. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this session. And remember, have fun with your dogs. And until next time, I'll see you next time. And again, have fun with your dog. See you next time. Bye, guys.